Oh, there he is. Oh my gosh, he freaking smoked it, Goody. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. In today's video, we are going to be doing a review of a brand new bait that Z-Man just came out with, the Jackhammer STEALTHBLADE Chatterbait. And I'm super excited about these because I live in the state of Michigan where a lot of our bodies of water are super clear, and that original jackhammer sometimes might be a little bit too much. That's where this thing is supposed to shine. Clear water, sunny days like we have right here. This is where this bait is supposed to outfish the original jackhammer, and that's all we're going to be doing in today's video. Fishing this thing, showing you guys if it's worth the money, because this is a pretty expensive chatterbait, and is it something that you need to add to your arsenal, or can you just get away with the original jackhammer? But basically, we're just going to do a review, tell you guys what I think of this thing, what the action is like, and hopefully show you guys some fish catches as well. So stick around, stay tuned. We are going to be busting this out, and we have two different colors here. We have, I think this is like the Clearwater Shad or something, and then we just have green pumpkin right here. So I don't know which one we're going to start with, but we're going to tie one of these up and get to fishing right here. Beautiful day, starting to transition into those fall patterns, so these fish should be munching the chatterbait, and we're gonna see if these things are really worth it. So let's just jump right into it. So I decided to start out with that shad pattern since I did see quite a few little balls of bait busting around. We are getting into that fall transition and they should be chasing those bait fish. But I just kind of want to show you guys some of the small differences between this and the original jackhammer, why they decided to make this thing. And it's basically going to be your finesse chatterbait. And what they did, obviously the number one thing is that clear bill right there. Going to give it a little bit more subtle action, and it kind of blends in with the water a little bit. But they also gave this thing a smaller hook, and it's got kind of a less bulky skirt as well. So finesse chatterbaiting, when you're fishing that clear water, you're fishing up north, if you're fishing for smallmouth especially, this is going to be an absolute killer. But we're going to put a trailer on here and start to get to fishing. We do have some wind kind of starting to move into the back of this pocket right here, so those fish should be back in here. They should be munching, and we should start catching them on this. But going to put a little Karl's Amazing Baits little swim bait trailer on the back here. I like throwing boot tails, but obviously you guys know you can throw pretty much anything on the back of a chatterbait and it's going to catch fish. We're going to put one of these little swim baits, trim down that head right there, and get to fishing. See if this little stealth chatterbait is all that it's cracked up to be. Got him. First one on the stealth blade. Literally watch that one up there chasing bait fish around. Very small bass, but just the very first impression of this thing, it does have a much subtler action. Like, you don't feel this thing vibrating like crazy like when you're fishing a jackhammer, which is kind of the point. When we're fishing this clear water, you don't really want all that crazy action. But first one of the day, very small. Gonna keep throwing this around the back of this pocket right here, but so far I'm digging it. I think that this could be a very good bait for clear water, so we're gonna keep throwing this around. Like I said, this back pocket, they should start to be pushing those bait fish back, just like that fish right there, kind of pushing them up into these pads and starting to feed on them real heavy. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a better fish. That's a better fish right there. Fish number 2 on that stealth blade, boys and girls. Right on the center of this flat. She crushed it. Come on, Bessie. Come on, big mama. That's a nice one right there. That's the kind of fish that we're after. Oh, buddy. Stealth blade also catches some keeper bass. So that first one was only like a 10-incher, but I'm starting to notice the good and the bad about this chatterbait. So if you guys want to just hear the review, I'm going to put the timestamp up on the screen right now so you guys can just hear my final thoughts on this. But we're going to keep throwing it around. I really want to see what this thing is fully capable of, but we've only been throwing it for about 10 minutes. We got 2 fish in the boat, and that one's a decent one right there. Nice solid keeper, and we're just fishing this big expansive flat right here, so should be a lot. We're seeing lots of balls of bait, and this is going to be a perfect little imitator for that. But like I said, if you want to jump ahead to see my final thoughts on this, it's going to be at this time right here. So let's get that fish back in the water and try to catch a few more. There he is, way out there, man. Fish number 3 on the stealth blade. We literally just bombed it like a country mile. Let me tell you guys something too. This is not a bash to goodie, but this is just a kind of an observation that I've made so far. So the stealth blade has caught 3 bass so far, as you guys have saw. Nothing particularly large or anything like that, but Goody's throwing the original, and we're fishing super clear water where this is supposed to shine. And so far, this is out fishing the original chatterbait 3-0. So it's probably nothing that Goody's doing wrong or anything, but he's throwing that big bulky chatterbait. And since we're fishing like 6 to 8 foot of visibility water, I think that this stealth blade really is doing the trick right now. That is fish number 3. Gonna keep throwing this around. We switched up to a different main leg flat, as you guys can see right here. And so far, 3-0. This is, let me just show you guys the one that Goody's throwing actually. You throw just the OG chatterbait, pretty much similar pattern. He's got a little bit of chartreuse in there, but kind of a shad white pattern, and so far nothing for the OG chatterbait. But also something on the downside that I just noticed right here is we're already missing an eyeball. We've caught 3 not very big bass, and we're already missing one of the eyeballs on this chatterbait, which isn't a deal breaker, doesn't matter too much, but you would think that, you know, 3 dinky bass wouldn't take away the eyeball on this thing. But gonna keep throwing this around, try to catch some more. The wind is pushing right back in here as well, so just like that last spot, they should be kind of scattered all throughout here. Lots of good grass, and perfect place to throw a chatterbait. Oh, there we go. There we go. Fish number 4, another solid one. Oh, that's a good one right there, Goody. Yeah, get the net on that one. It's not like a giant, but that's a solid fish on that stealth blade. Yes, sir. She kind of stopped it there. If you guys want to check out that Ego net too, that's going to be linked down below, but that's like a solid 2-pounder right there. Got the stealth blade right in the roof. And that's fish number 4 to still 0 bass in the OG chatterbait. Literally, this stealth blade is lighting them up. That thing hit it like probably 10 foot in front of the boat. Just straight stopped that blade, boys. Oh my goodness. Nice bass right there. All right, nice solid fish going back in. Like I said, probably about a 2-pounder, give or take. 15, 16 incher. Oh, put on a little show for us. So what do you think? Stealth blade, you think it's the real deal so far?
I think so. I think we might need to get some.
You might need to try it out. Do you want to try the green pumpkin one and see if you get bit?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. All right, because like so far, Goody has not got bit on that OG chatterbait at all. Or he had one little tap on it, but hasn't caught anything on it. So we're gonna give him this green pumpkin stealth blade and see if that changes the game for him. Got one? Oh, there we go. Switched up to the stealth blade, and look at that. He's hooked up. Decent one, little 12-incher. That stealth blade, boys. He literally threw that original chatterbait for like an hour without a single bite, and I caught one and then he caught one right after, so pretty much same timeline as the one I'm throwing too. There he is, another little 12-incher, 1-pounder, nothing to write home about, but switched up and got bit almost instantly. Nice job, buddy. They're out here. It's not Fast and the Furious, but we are getting bit pretty consistently. Yeah, like look at that. Actually, we might be in a little wad of them right here, Goody. That's what I'm talking about. Come on in this boat, Sonny. Right after Goody just hooked up with that, my next cast hooked like a solid 12, 13 inches going back. On the water update for you guys, we've caught quite a few fish on these new stealth blade chatterbaits, but we're going to try to catch a few more before we really jump into that full review. Just want to make sure that I get the full feel for these things before I give you guys my opinion on them, but so far catching quite a few bass. We're going to keep throwing them around this little submergent vegetation. Main lake flats, they seem to be stacked up pretty good, so gonna keep at it, catch a few more fish, and then we're gonna jump into the full review, so stick around for that. Oh, there he is. Oh my gosh, you freaking smoked it, Goody. That's a good one. That's a freaking nice one. Yeah, you can net him. Why not? We don't want to lose these chatterbaits. We only got 2 of them, but that thing like straight slacklined us. Fish number, I think like 6 for me, and Austin's got 1 on that stealth blade since he switched up too, but another solid like 14, 15 incher right there, and just that strike was unreal, man. That's the kind of chatterbait bites that I like to get her back in the water. Like I said, we're gonna try to catch a few more, like 1 or 2 more for you guys. Then we're gonna do the full review of these things.
I watched the fish like following me up, and I saw him still next to the boat, and I looked back in, and my trap swam up in.
There we go. You got one? Doubled up, dude. Doubled up on the stealth blade. Couple of little guys. Oh yeah. There we go. That's how we're gonna end it. We're gonna do the full review right after that, but literally last catch of the day, Goody and I both doubled up right there. Probably a 12 and a 10 incher, nothing too bad, but we're gonna jump into the review and break these down for you guys. Like I said, the good, the bad, the ugly, and whether or not you should consider purchasing one of these fine little tools right here. So this is the part of the video that you guys have all been waiting for, the final thoughts on this Jackhammer Chatterbait Stealth Blade. We're gonna talk about the good first, and I really think that what they were going for is a stealthy chatterbait that you could throw in clear water. You could throw this thing for smallmouth if the sun is high in the sky. Usually the original Jackhammer, it's not gonna shine in those conditions, but this one right here, as you guys saw, outfished the original chatterbait tenfold. Like, I caught 4 in a row. Austin didn't get any on the regular chatterbait, so in clear water, this thing obviously catches fish. It's doing what they set out to do with it. But the bad thing about it is, one, you saw we lost the eyeball. Not a big deal, but the durability in general, being that it has a plastic blade, is probably going to be a little bit less than the metal blade. So far, really haven't noticed anything other than that eye popping off, but I just don't know if this plastic bill is going to stand the test of time. It does have those little metal inserts, so it should be okay. Also, since it does have that thinner skirt on there as well, because it is a little bit more compact presentation, you're just going to kind of burn through them a little bit quicker. A lot of those fish, they're going to thrash around, they're going to rip some of that skirt off. You guys have seen it on regular chatterbaits, but this one just has less of it to go around. So you're gonna burn through it a little bit quicker. And the only other thing is this chatterbait doesn't really come through the grass quite as good as a regular chatterbait, but once again, it's probably the best that they could do with this little plastic blade, so I don't know if they can make it much better, but the only things that they can improve upon is if this thing could come through the grass a little bit better. That would definitely be something that I would like to see, but it still does snap out of the grass a little bit. And like I said, I don't know if you could even make it better since it does have that plastic blade, but overall, I would give this a solid 8 out of 10. If you guys have a lot of clear water lakes, definitely look into picking these up. As you guys saw, it outshined the regular chatterbait by so much. Like literally caught like 10 fish on this, not a single bass on the OG chatterbait. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.